baby, we got a wild one for you this week.
What a good show. We talk about making television. We talk about stand-up comedy. And things get a little
and then it gets very
too
uncomfortable at
awkward
the
and
end where
personal,
Dipper
but
starts putting out his sexual information out for
all
Miss
right.
Pat,
Well,
and it's
that's
just
fine.
not a great.
That's-
But anyway, enjoy this wonderful episode with an incredible guest. It's Miss
Miss
Pat!
Oh.
Mom!
When your first choice is a big old bus,
You turn around and boom, you end up with us. Sloppy seconds. Oh, diva. Our number is 213-536-9180. Our email is sloppysecondspot@gmail.com. Now on with the show. How you subs used to be that's so you dirty welcome to Sloppy Seconds with Big Dipper, Meatball and that's Big Dipper.
I'm very You're cranked.
I am fully cranked today. I've had nothing but matcha and coffee.
This is very exciting. And you're sparkly today. And you took Naomi's advice because you're giving earrings. It really does feminize the whole thing.
Yeah, they're really glued on there. Now, what do you have notes on that?
I have no notes. I'm going to stop giving you notes because I don't get into drag. And I think it's unfair that I've been so critical of the way that you look.
Well, thank you so much.
I'm just taking the feedback because all the listeners call me Kermit. They always say Kermit's really trying to do something.
You do have a slight Kermit voice that I
We've been
didn't
over
realize
this.
until someone said it. But if you could go full Kermit for this whole episode, that would be a slay.
I decline. Let's get into it.
Okay.
I'm excited to bring on our guest. She is a comedian, author, radio host, podcaster, actress, the creator and star of the hit BET Plus comedy, The Miss Pat Show. Please welcome
Miss Pat! Bow, 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 bow. Hello.
Hello. Thank y'all for having me.
Thank you for being
coming.
here.
Sorry about your nail, but you're beautiful.
It's okay. I kind of deserved it, right? I shouldn't have clapped so hard.
Well, I thought they was really on there. I thought you could scratch somebody's damn eyes out.
No,
But-
these are ready to go. If there's a fight, they're coming right off. You know what I mean?
Okay, I see.
Do you hang out with a lot of drag queens, Miss Pat?
No, I have a gay daughter, but you know.
That's different.
But you were saying that your gay daughter does know who Willem is.
Yeah, my gay daughter know who everybody is.
That's
Okay.
so
It's the
cool.
thing about being gay.
We
We
know
know
Willem.
everyone. Oh,
everyone.
Willem.
The crazy part is when I did Willow podcast, now I have a very large, because of my daughter is a lesbian, I have a very large gay community that comes out and support me, and I just love it.
Yeah.
I love it. No drag queens. I haven't seen a drag queen with her, but the gay community is definitely there.
Well, this is interesting because Meatball recently got invited to attend a show and was thinking about going in drag, but it's
What
a big
show?
commitment. Just not one of your shows,
one of
just
yours.
a
Well,
show.
please come to my show and
I'll
drag. I
come
would
to your
love
show in
it.
full drag.
But it's sort of
anytime.
a commitment to be like, oh, I'm just gonna come be a spectator. Because the other thing about drag queens is usually when they get up into drag,
I want to be the center of it, too. I want to be what everyone's
Well,
looking
you
at.
probably would
And if
be.
everyone's just looking at the back of my head, I feel like it's a disservice to me and the audience.
Well, don't bring your ass to my show and steal the show.
yeah, exactly.
I don't think that would be possible.
What is a Miss Pat show like out on the road when you're touring?
I just talk about life, the things that I've been through. I try to tell stories that I haven't told within the book or the TV show.
Mhm.
Just being married, raising a gay child, raising stupid kids, and then I've had custody of my niece, 4 kids, and one of them just came out as non-binary, so that's
Uh-huh.
very interesting.
Yeah, you had a fun joke about that on, I guess, was it season 2?
Season 2, yeah.
Yeah, on the show, I was watching that, and it was so funny. Willem even brought this up when we were talking about it, because you make the joke of your child is Neutrogena or whatever.
Well, that happened for real. My daughter, she brings home a non-binary, and then she said he's what is it called?
Non-binary.
No, not
Yeah.
the new. The,
Oh, gender non-conforming.
Yeah, so she said that. So I said, well, what the is Neutrogena? And she was like, what, mama? And I'm like, what are you talking about? So she had to set me down and explain it. So when the TV show got picked up, I was like, I got to tell y'all about this experience I had with a non-binary kid. I didn't say anything to him, but my daughter had to explain to me.
It is because what I love about the way that you approach all of the issues that you talk about on your show is that you can make light of and make fun of, but you're also like
Learning.
teaching
Yeah.
and learning the
Teaching.
audience,
Yeah.
learning with the audience. And I think there's a thing that happens, especially with Gen Z, especially with young kids, where they're like, "Oh, well, you don't understand my identity," and you're like, "You just told me about
Yeah.
it. This is a brand new topic."
Exactly.
Yeah, and
And
so
you-
I really appreciate that.
I mean, I tell people, I said, with the gay community, it's almost like being black in America. You know, we went from Negro, we went from nigger, we went to Black America. We done changed it so many
Yeah.
times, and
Mm.
each time we have to explain it.
Right.
So, you know, when something pops up new, you don't say you don't like it. Let a person explain it to you, and then just respect who they are. My
Right.
daughter's a lesbian, and tell people all the time, I say she. And I respect that. I just ask her not to eat me.
Oh, so you draw the line at incest, Miss Pat? Is that where it is?
Come on, Miss Pat. No, I do have to ask, because you do talk a lot about your lesbian daughter in your comedy. What was it like when they first came out? Were you super accepting right out the
No.
gate, or were you okay?
Well, I was super my daughter hid being gay because I went to prison. And one thing I did not like, my daughter had a gay cheerleading coach that I couldn't stand this bitch. We're friends now. But I was also raised in the South. So if you was gay, and you know what it is in the black community, you know how they treat you, you know what they teach us.
Sure.
Something wrong with you and you don't supposed to accept it. And I always say, what you don't like, a lot of time God will put in your life to open your mind to make you realize how fucked up
Wow.
of a person you are. And when my daughter came out to be gay, my love for my child meant more than her sexuality.
Right.
You know, where a lot of parents are ashamed and, you know, they turn their backs on their kids. I told my daughter's in Virginia. And I kept asking, I said, "Are you gay?" And she was scared to tell me. She said, "Yeah, I'm gay." I said, "Well, come on back. We in Atlanta. They eat a lot of down here."
It's
I
a
love it.
buffet
It
down here in
truly
Atlanta.
is.
And she came home, and you know, it was rough in the beginning because my daughter, like I always say on stage, my daughter like LeBron James looking bitches. So it was kind of, you know, it was something I had to get used to it.
Sure.
But I've always supported her and I always respected her. It's her choice. As long as she happy, that's all we want.
Yeah,
I
of
don't give a
course.
who you. I know some people a boy and a girl and they still ain't happy.
Right,
So,
exactly.
you know, love don't have no color. Love don't have no sexuality. I say, just long as that person love you and make you happy, that's all that matters to me.
Yeah.
I don't give a who my daughter can be kissing a frog. As long as that frog know not have to put his feet on my table
Right.
and respect the household, I'm good.
And
That's
the thing
incredible.
that, you know, we talk about more and more as like people's minds open up and also people's real lives are revealed.
Yes.
The idea of someone being straight, but oh, me and my best friend from college always around on the side,
Oh,
you know,
yeah.
outside of our wives, or, you know, we talk about the way the conservatives are painting the queer
Oh, them
community
stupid
right
fuck.
now, and you go, who's the one getting arrested for grooming kids? It's like pastors and you know,
yeah.
coaches and whatever.
Not only that, I was just having a conversation with somebody. They was like, "Oh, on my podcast, we talked about this week about how they didn't want drag queens going into the school reading to the kids.
Yeah.
But it's okay to bring but you try to stop that. But you don't. You should take that same energy
Yep.
and do it with gun control.
Yep.
Oh,
Because I'd rather
absolutely.
have a drag queen reading to my child. Because that drag queen ain't gonna kill my child.
No.
But these crazy walking in here with these guns are killing. Y'all ain't doing nothing about that. But you're focusing on a beautiful drag queen sitting there, opening your kid's mind and reading a book. If you don't want a drag queen to read to your child, well, don't send your child to school that day.
Right.
Yeah.
But I sent my child to school and I got to worry about somebody crazy walking in school, shooting their damn body. But y'all don't do anything about that. That ain't even on the law book. Y'all keep putting up under the table. But you want to pass a bill that say you know, you can't be gay or you can't be whatever. I say those are the people who's really gay, but they're scared to come out. So they with the people who they really know who they are. Because every time a pastor speak on somebody, a drag queens or somebody being gay, that pastor turn out to be gay.
Absolutely.
That's
Yeah,
the truth.
they are.
That's the truth. Or a
something.
former drag queen, or the up to no good in their personal life.
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
and somebody
Sneaking in
exposed.
fentanyl.
Oh my
Sneaking
God.
Fentanyl in.
Did you see about that? The lady at the
Mm-mm.
police department where
Oh my
I
God.
forget.
she was
where.
ordering it on the internet and
Yeah.
like sneaking it into. I mean, that's so crazy.
No, it's not. It's a miracle because
Oh.
they try to America try to make you focus on stuff that's don't even really have no issue.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
So the bigger thing they're doing behind your back,
Under the table, yeah.
like
exactly.
gun controls and fentanyls and drugs getting The whole department was selling whole police department was selling fentanyl.
Oh yeah.
But they would get on the internet. Oh my God, we gotta do something about this. You shut the up and stop selling drug, white man.
Yep.
Yep.
That's what you do. That's
There it
what I
is.
say. But nobody ever calls them out, and nobody ever steps up to them. And then they want to put out the Bible. Bam. Here's the Bible. This is what the Bible say. I say I believe in God. I believe that there's a higher power. But come on, white man, you've changed this motherfucker 100 times to fit your narrative.
Yeah,
not
what
mine.
version are we looking
Yeah,
at?
what
because
here?
the
version?
words keep changing.
Every so many centuries. So off, and I talk to my God in my closet. That's what I'm gonna do. And when my daughter came out, my God told me to love my child unconditional. That was my first child, and I was not turning my back on my child because she was gay. I said, well, one thing we know, the only kind of grandbabies I'm gonna get is Cabbage Patch Kids.
You flip through the catalog. You make a decision. I want this one.
American Doll.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
They come with a birth certificate.
What sort of gift with purchase does this baby come with? Exactly. That is so. I mean, your show is all about family and
Yes.
parenting, and I feel like I read your book, and I know that it was just like, there's this kid, and now this kid, and now I'm taking in these kids, and I just feel like you are the mother of a generation somehow without even
truly.
realizing it or
Yeah.
intending to do it. How many kids are you raising or have you raised?
I probably don't raise about 25, but now I have 4. I have my 4, but then I have custody of 4 kids.
Right.
My niece is on drugs, so she came about 10 years ago, dropped off her 4 kids, and one of the baby was 2 weeks old, and I just said, God, I can't do this no more. And I said, because I had my sister kids, and I had my sister-in-law kids, and I have helped other people kids. And I was like, I just can't have that heartbreak. You know, you hoping that you can break the cycle in your family,
Yeah.
and you hoping that these kids get a better foundation that you had.
Right.
And my sister just snatched her kids up and turned them into hoes. So when my niece came, I really didn't want to help her. And I just remember when she ran
Oh,
out.
meaning the kids were with you for a while, and
My-
then she came back and
No. My sister had 4 kids, and my sister was on crack. So when my sister came back and got her 4 kids, all of them had kids. Now the ones who I had for her kids, I had for 10 years, they had babies. So I ended up
Oh.
getting my niece kids.
Gotcha,
Oh,
gotcha.
I raised
wow.
these
So it
kids,
really
mama,
is a
for 10
circle.
years.
Wow.
Wow.
And so now I got her kids. But then I went and got full custody. And I just said, I can't do it, God. I said, but every child, nobody picks their mom and daddy.
Right.
But every child deserves to, at least have some type of solid foundation to start on and somebody to love them. So that's why I did it. I said, well, God, I'm going to tell you right now, I ain't doing it no more. I'm 50 years old. This is it. If the mama smoke crack, sell whatever she do, you got to send her somewhere else because this is it for me.
Wow.
Wow.
So I have a 10-year-old. The baby, I've had her since she was 2 weeks old.
Wow.
That's so cool.
And you think it's hard to raise 2 cats?
I think I did.
And I can barely get myself dressed in the morning.
Well, my cats aren't on crack, so
Oh,
I feel
okay.
like it's a little bit
Jesus
different.
Christ. Okay.
All cats are on crack.
It's kind of
Yeah,
hard.
yeah, a little bit.
Cats are
let-
crazy.
Let's take a quick break. We'll be right back.
And we're back.
Now,
Do you know
I'm-
musicals.
Oh, yeah, you go.
Do I know what?
Musicals.
Mm-mm.
You don't like You don't like when people are singing at you in a theater?
I do, but I can't sing, and I don't really go to musicals. Why, you can sing?
No, I absolutely cannot.
Oh,
Please
I think I can sing.
well, do you want to give us a couple notes?
Yeah. All my life, I waited for someone like you. Thank God you white and you offbeat. You
Thank
made me
you.
sound
Well, Now, listen, I didn't know what I didn't know what tempo you were going for, so I made a choice, Miss Pat.
My tempo is horrible tempo. But
Listen,
that's my favorite song. To
With
sing.
your meteoric rise in Hollywood, I bet we're gonna see you in a musical some way, some
yeah.
form in the
Oh,
next 10
yeah.
years.
I better be lip syncing.
Yeah, I was about to say they
Well-
might get you in there and then have
then-
someone else sing for you.
They gonna have to.
ADR it in.
But you know what? A lot of people think I can sing because I'm a big black woman.
Okay,
So
Martha
they always
Wash.
say, oh my God, are you a singer? I'm like, no, I'm not a singer. I'm a comedian. All fat women are not singers and
That's
cooks.
true.
That's what they always ask me. I'm a damn comedian. Nobody ever say, are you a comedian? They always say, are you a singer?
Right.
No, I'm not. I look like a
That's
gospel
so
singer and I
funny.
curse.
I like how much you curse.
I
It's
love
like
how much
so,
you curse. It's so fresh for LA. Not everyone's out here cussing and screaming, you know?
They so fake out here. That's why.
Isn't it wild?
What are the main differences between LA and Atlanta for you?
Atlanta's on a level where you fake it till you make it. So
Mhm.
everybody go out. If they ain't got it, they gonna buy the knockoff versions to blend in with you. LA just to me, they nose are tooted up in the air, and all they eat is asparagus and broccoli, and that's all.
What did I put on here?
so
I said,
here's
"Are you a
Are you
vegan yet?
yet?
Do you
No.
like
You
avocado
like-
toast?"
Now I do like avocado toast if my
Uh,
son make it the ghetto way.
And
But
what
I-
is
the
that?
ghetto
With
way?
honey on top.
Honey
You'll
is
never see them
good.
do that.
No.
I have to have some salmon with it.
Okay.
And I have to have tomatoes, and we ghetto it up, baby. A little black pepper salt, little onion powder. I can't do it like they do. They don't have no fucking taste.
Honey sounds so good
Honey
on
does
avocado
sound
toast.
Oh,
good.
my son make the best. My avocado toast ain't healthy.
That's the best
My
way to
shit
have
That's what they
it.
tastes
always say about
good.
avocado. They're like, it's the good fat.
It's the good fat. It's a healthy fat.
Yeah.
When you're topping it with salmon and such as.
Yeah.
You go to lunch with these people. They got a salad. I'm like, what the are you doing? You at this nice steakhouse and you're gonna order salad?
Yeah.
I will say sometimes when I'm in a meeting or something and we're eating, I will get the salad because it's the least messy option.
I don't
Salad
give a
is
crap.
messy. When I
Not
eat
like
it, it's
getting
messy.
a hamburger
Okay.
and like me just being like,
No,
in
you just
front of
cut it
people.
in half and eat it bougie.
Wait, do I look like I'm the type of person that would do that?
I have
I'm
to
a
cut
fat
mine in
bitch.
half.
I go straight down like a dog.
Well, they probably do too at the house. So I would go down like a dog on my burger too.
I always have to eat light when I'm at like work meetings
You
because
get sleepy.
yes,
It's-
I get so
it's
Oh,
called-
you're
a
fat.
true mother.
It's called the
oh
itis.
baby, you'll get sleep.
The itis.
The
Yes.
itis, that's what it's called.
I literally, I'm like, oh yeah, I want to eat that big sandwich, but I know they'll be talking. I'll be like, we should do that project.
Yeah, you'll get the itis. So I mean, I won't eat beef like that if I know if I'm going into a meeting. But if I'm going out to like a dinner, I'm gonna eat what I want to eat.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, I'm not worried about you can sit there and be not finish your food all you want to. Sometimes I take their food home.
What I mean, it's perfectly
Oh,
good
I've done
food
that.
sitting right
Oh,
there.
yeah.
So I want to talk about you getting your show made
Mhm.
because I love logistics. I'm really interested in the industry, and I know that you, the show was at Fox, was at Hulu, didn't happen those places, and then when it happened at BET, you crashed the app because it was so popular.
Yeah, so Fox picked me up in the beginning. I did a Joe Rogan and Mark Maron podcast,
Mm.
and m- let me get it right. A guy named John Rattler who was working over at Imagine, which is Ron Howard company.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
They called and they was like, "Oh, I think you're very unique. We would like to see if we can give you a TV show." So things went.
What a phone
left or
call to
right.
get.
What a lovely day.
It
Like
didn't
that
happen.
pod.
It didn't happen right away. It
Oh,
took
okay.
5 years for us to get on TV. Make a long story short, we ended up bringing on Lee Daniel right at the first year of Empire when it was at the top and
Yeah.
everybody was going crazy over it. So I went to Chicago, met Lee Daniel, liked him, and so we went through 3 writers. And when we went through 2 writers, Lee was like, "I'll find you a writer."
Uh-huh.
And he went out and got a 22-year-old boy, never had wrote anything but a little stage play. And I was like, "Lee, these people are not going to hire somebody who ain't never did TV before."
Right.
And I was just honest to him. I said, "If you really want to get this made, you got to listen to me. These people are fake. They're a bunch of liars. And they're only going to tell you to what, they're
What
only
you
going to
wanna
tell you shit
hear.
to make you feel good."
Mhm.
I said, "But I'm going to tell you the truth. They don't want you." I said, "But we can write a pilot and we going to say I did it. And if it work out, then I tell them you did it." And that's what I did.
And this was the young writer.
Yeah,
This is Jordan Cooper.
Jordan E. Cooper.
Okay,
yes.
Jordan E. Cooper.
So we wrote the pilot, and at the time we was at Fox. It was Jordan's idea to move me from Fox over to streaming. So
Okay.
Hulu picked it up,
Okay.
and we shot the pilot. And we killed it. I mean, it was so funny. We brought on Jordan asked for Debbie Allen, which I thought he was crazy because I was like, Debbie's never going to get involved with a project like this. And she said yes because Lee called and asked her. And we
The
killed
icon.
it.
I'm fucking dying.
We killed it. And I just told him, I said, "Hey, guys, my spirit say this ain't where we supposed to be at." And they was like, "What are you talking about?" And Hulu is paid to shoot, the pilot. We shot shot that show twice that night. And I said, my spirit, I said, "I'm telling you, they're not gonna pick it up." And they're like, "What are you talking about?" I said, "I'm telling you, my spirit said the big man don't like this." He don't. And they was like, girl, you crazy. And we waited 6 months to see if they was gonna pick it up. But I knew in my heart, because God told me that night, that is not where this show was gonna be at.
Whoa.
And when he finally called and he dropped it, I never forget. I was in Raleigh, North Carolina, and I was getting ready to go on stage. It was like 500 people in the audience, and Lee called me and said they dropped it, and I said that's okay, we'll find a home. And he was really upset, and not one time did I ever feel like that we wouldn't find a home, and I just knew God had something for us. And within a month, Lee called and said BET Plus gonna pick it up. I said, what the hell is BET Plus? I had never heard of BET Plus. There was a new app. They was just getting into the app business. I think they had right at 1 million, maybe less than 1 million people that was on their app, subscribers. And my friends like, oh my God, we're gonna go over there and die. I said, no, we won't. I said, I can tell you one thing I know about selling stuff. Baby, 2 things ain't never had a commercial: crack and Waffle House. I said, if we make this show like crack and Waffle House, everybody gonna come running.
Oh my God. And you did.
Yeah, and the first season was so popular, the app kept going down, and I was like, yeah, and I was just so happy because so many people, had an opportunity to do this show, and then they said no because I wasn't their typical mom, and I wasn't gonna let them change me. I was a little afraid to curse in a sitcom, but Jordan was like, Pat, I'm telling you, as long as you be yourself, people gonna love you. This is an audience that has been untapped out there.
Yeah.
And because they never put a black mama on TV like this. They always want to make us. Now, don't get me wrong, there's some black doctors and lawyers, but there are also some black mamas like Miss Pat, some black aunts, some black cousins.
Right.
Don't leave out. I mean, if you're gonna show the family, show all aspects of the mama. All mamas ain't perfect. And I wanted to be on TV as a drug dealer, an ex-drug dealer, as an ex-check forger. I'm a mama who's got a lot of flaws.
Yeah.
A lot of time mothers are never on TV and they talk about their flaws.
Right. Or it's the big secret that they're all leading up to, and then they have to like atone for it.
Yeah.
And, episode 1, you're like, this is my story, and now we're meeting me here in the suburbs.
Yes. And that was my life. I moved to a very conservative little town called Plainfield, Indiana, and my neighbors was great. And my neighbor kept a Trump sign in his yard, and I kept my Democratic sign in my yard. But my neighbor was great.
Okay.
I mean, he could build his ass off, and he would come over to the house and put up cabinets for me, and we would just not talk about the thing that separated us, which was politics. I didn't care who you voted for. I respected who he voted for, and I wanted him to respect who I voted for. I didn't think he was stupid for voting for Trump. I didn't want him to think I was stupid for voting for Obama. All I wanted him to do was hang my cabinet, because my husband had been putting it off for 2-3 damn weeks.
Come here, neighbor. Let's become friends here in my kitchen.
And we stayed friends the whole time. It was so funny because when Biden was running against Trump the second time around, he bought these Trump signs, and I bought my Biden signs. And my neighbor was like, "Are they arguing? What is going on?" But we thought it was funny as hell. Every time he got a new sign, baby, I went out and bought me a new sign, and it was so funny. I just want to show people, just because you think different and act different and live different, don't mean you can't get along as human beings.
And the more you get along,
the more you learn and educate each other on what's right and wrong.
You find that it's not an ocean of difference.
No, it's not.
It's just like, a fundamental thing that you find different or whatever, or something that you can think
what I like versus what you like.
Mm-hmm.
So why can't you respect what I like?
Yes.
Exactly. I'm black. If you white and you ask me to go hunt, I don't go hunt. But I respect you going hunting. Okay?
I'm not going hunting.
I'm never going hunting.
Don't look at me.
Well, mosquitoes is out there. I mean, I got on eyelashes on the wig. I got 100 reasons why a black woman shouldn't be in no damn woods. I can't go out there and do that mess.
I read something about the first season of your show that I just want to know about, which is, did Norman Lear saw the pilot and then asked to meet you?
He did.
That's
insane.
Insane, yeah.
Yeah.
What was he like?
Old. I bet
Very
old.
I went to his 100th birthday party too.
Oh, right. I heard the food was terrible.
It was terrible.
How did you?
I'm not joking, because I've heard.
It was terrible. It was like you go to these little Hollywood parties and have a little shit on the
tiniest
crackers.
things, and they
Oh.
pass them out, and they're already cold by the time they get to you.
I
Yeah.
just imagine all the food's mashed up so he can eat it.
No,
Liquid
but he had so much. He was like, I mean, he had spunk in him. I mean, I had to stand on stage and talk to him. I was like, Norman Lear, I'm half your age and I'm sleepy as hell. How the hell are you still awake? Do they have a battery in your back?
Yeah, exactly.
But when he called, and my co-creator Jordan Cooper is a big sitcom person.
Yeah.
And so, I like TV, but not like he liked TV. And Norman Lear was like his hero. And when after he saw the pilot, Norman called me, and it was just, I couldn't believe the guy who created all these great sitcoms, The Jefferson, Good Time, Maude, was, on the line in his late 90s telling me, somebody who only created one thing, how good of a job, we had done creating this show. So it was such a highlight for me and my co-creator. And then to catch it on film, I can forever play that back through that Zoom. I can never play that back saying, how great of a show we created.
Wow,
And
that's
he
so
was like,
crazy.
this is what I wanted to do with All in the Family.
Right.
Cause it's a little bit of All in the Family, Martin. You get a little bit of
Yes.
everything with the Miss
little
Pat
bit.
show.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
But what I do love about the Miss Pat show, and I've only seen season 1, but it feels like a lot of times when I'm watching new sitcoms, I'm rewatching episodes of other sitcoms.
that's right.
And this is the first time I've seen something that feels completely original from beginning to end. Every joke is fresh.
Yeah.
It's so creative and new. And I mean, that's a testament to you as a writer, co-writer.
Well, and I felt the same way when I watched it. Come on, like, man, I saw this shit 10 years ago on another show.
Right.
And they just rehash the same thing. And that's about being in that Hollywood box of sitcoms.
Yeah.
And, they put you in this box and you just keep turning the same damn wheel. And I just told them, that's one of the biggest problems I had when on the first season. We had a showrunner, we had differences. I was like, dude, I've heard this joke before. This ain't, and I would tell people in the room, this is hacky. I'm a comedian. I know hacky is.
I love that.
You can't get shit past me. I've been doing comedy 20 years. I've heard all the barbershop and beauty salon jokes, all the
Right.
prostitute jokes. I mean, this shit is not original. And when it came out, people was like, oh my God, I've never heard this before. And it was fresh and it's funny. And that's one of the things we work really hard for, is not giving you stuff you already heard.
Yeah.
I remember watching the third season. I think a Kim Kardashian joke got in there, and I was like, "Oh, joke!" Everybody always talking about her, and I just didn't. I just wanted. We could have took it somewhere else,
Right.
and that joke bumped me But by the time I really caught it, it was already cut and locked. I was like,
Right. Right.
I wanted to just reshoot that scenes because I'm so serious about originality.
Yeah.
That's what people love about the show.
And that, I mean, I want to talk to you so much about stand up, because that, like, doing stand up is it's like a long game, right? You start,
Yeah.
and then you do your jokes, and then you refine your jokes, and then you say, okay, they gave me 8 minutes, now I get 15, and then you work your way up to an hour in a special, like, and it's just that repetitive thing, but you're fine tuning everything. Do you find that is your wheelhouse, or you more like to go out there and just let it fly?
Oh, no. I'm scripted. I mean, I'm not scripted, but I prepare.
Yeah.
I say, like I shot a special last year and they said, y'all want to hear something crazy. So there was a bunch of stories from my childhood. Now I'm doing a bunch of stuff, from, just being married 31 years. And I talk a lot about, taking care of a sick father. I talk a lot about fame, because fame is new to me.
Right.
Like when I walk in the grocery store and, even though I'm this hood rat, because, I used to forge checks and sell crack, people know that's my characteristic. So they walk up to me and say, like, you want to buy these food stamp? I'm like, bitch, I'm on TV. I came out on goddamn food.
Bitch, I'm on TV.
TV.
I can't be buying this, but how many you got?
You're like, well, let me consider.
Well, let's see what's
I'll
going
just
on.
weigh my options.
But so it's everything comedians do. You know, some people go out there and wing it.
Right.
You know, winging ain't gonna always work.
Right.
So I always develop things to talk about each time. Like if I've been in your city and I know I've been in your city within 15 months, I gotta start writing a whole new set.
Right.
Because I
That's
don't want to
genius.
keep giving you the
Yeah.
same old bullshit. You might get one or two jokes, but you're definitely not gonna get that hour that you saw 15 months ago.
Right. I love
What
that.
was the process of filming that Netflix special? Like, did you have to shoot it twice and
Yep.
like in front of two audiences?
We shot it twice in front of two different audiences. That bigger highlight of that Netflix special for me was getting Robert Townsend to direct it. He only directed. Mine was the third one. He did Richard Pryor. I'm sorry, no, he didn't. I'm sorry. He did Eddie Murphy Raw. He did Bill Cosby last one, and then mine's. And you know that was the highlight for me.
Yeah.
Just the
Wow.
way he drilled me, the way he worked with me, and sometimes I catch myself saying, "I'm up here listening to Robert Townsend."
That's amazing.
And he's
so
one of the
crazy.
people that I can literally call, and he will answer the phone.
Wow. If only you would pick up my phone calls and we
Never.
work together every week. All right, let's
But I
take
am
it-
willing to give you the phone number to my second phone.
I just found out she has a second phone. I didn't even have the number to that. We work together all the time.
Well, who don't have a second phone?
I don't. All right.
And we'll be right back after this break. This poor man.
Okay, we're back. And I know I'm just coming off like a major fangirl, but I love everything you do. I read your book and I am so fascinated by how much life you lived, you know,
Well,
before
you
you were
started
even
so
18.
early. Yeah.
So early.
You were
so
born
early.
at a very
young age.
I was born at a very young age.
Yeah, that's a joke we like to say.
Oh, is
because
that sexual?
No.
Everyone is born at a very
Oh,
young
I was about to
age.
say that don't make no goddamn sense.
Is that sexual?
I was born at a very young age. I couldn't walk until I was 2. I had to rely on my mother for food.
It's a beautiful Deja Sky now.
But the book is really sort of details a lot of hardship and things that you had to overcome as a child. Did you, in those moments, ever fantasize about a life like you're having right now?
You know, I tell people all the time, no, definitely not this life. The closest I got is fantasizing to this life is watching Leave It to Beaver. I wanted that woman to be my mama so bad.
June.
Because June would help him with homework, and Beaver always had a nice sound when he got out of school and came through that side kitchen door. But my mama was in her bed with a quart of slit small liquor bull with a joint in her mouth, and I'm like, mama's on TV ain't like this bitch at my house.
Yeah.
But I didn't really think the map, as a kid, I didn't believe the map was real because I grew up in the inner city of Atlanta and that's all I knew. And I remember asking my teacher, is this real? Do these places really exist? And she was like, the world is
wow.
big. But where I come from, the world is just what I knew right there on that street up to that school. And that was it, my neighborhood.
Right.
So I think that's also what turned me into a big ass Disney freak. Because as a
Oh.
kid,
Now, hold
you
on
would
a
see those
second.
Disney's commercials.
Right.
And I was like, that place can't be real. That place can't make you happy. And I knew I wanted happiness. And so now I get on my kids' nerves because I love Disney.
Oh my God. Okay, wait. How often are you going to Disneyland? Because you're in LA a lot now.
No, I go to one in Florida.
Oh.
We haven't went. I've been here too.
Okay.
But when I pack up the family, we did the Disney cruise about 2 years ago. We did Disney VIP, and I was just telling my sister, I said, I think I'm just going I took them to Hawaii last year, but I said, I think I'm just going to surprise everybody. We're going to go down to Disney, for the park. Universal Studios, Disneyland, because I have grandkids.
Right.
And I just love it. I love the smile that Disney put on my grandkids and my family face. When I took my husband on that Disney cruise, I don't think no Disney cruise. I don't be on a Disney cruise. My husband is 53 years old. He'd be like, when we going on another Disney cruise?
We were just talking about a cruise earlier.
We were like, we'll do a short one. I can't do like a 2-weeker.
No,
Those drive me
I
crazy.
do 7 days, 5
Okay.
days,
Yeah,
something
yeah.
like that. But that's my happy place. I
What
love
character
Disney.
do you get excited to see?
I love Mickey. So Disney just collab with Stuart Westmeyer. What's the name of them damn shoes? Stewart something.
Well, so, get on that little computer and
Let me
clickety
see.
So you can
clack.
pronounce it.
Did you
And
see that
edit
they
this
did the
out.
Coach backpacks too?
Mm-mm.
I think Coach partnered with Disney and they have a bunch
They
of.
do a collab on characters with different designers.
Okay.
Who is this?
Weitzman?
Yes, Stuart Weitzman. So you see the Disney boots?
Officially here, Disney times or X Stuart Weitzman
Mm-hmm. Stuart Weitzman. I couldn't damn pronounce it.
with the little Mickeys on them.
I bought all of those shoes.
I love that.
Wow.
I bought every pair of those shoes.
Have you gotten to do like the 33 Club or like where you go inside the castle and you can eat up in the? You need
That's
to look
the
that
bougie
up.
one.
That's the bougie one. That's where you're at now.
Well, I did the VIP where you go in the White House for university where it looked like the Marilyn Monroe standing outside.
Oh.
And so they feed you breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and then you get an escort all through the park. You don't stand in no lines. You go in the back door, and you just pop out. People like, who the hell are these people? And when
Who's
we
that
got
Christian singer going by?
and it was 18 of us, and when I tell you my family enjoyed it, they enjoyed it.
Mhm.
So I think that's what we might do.
That must be
Oh, that
so
sounds
nice
so
to be able to be
nice.
like, I'm taking
Just
you
take
all to
care
do
of
this.
everybody like that.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of for me, but it's also to give my grandkids and the kids that I'm raising and my kids go too, just the opportunity to see things that I never got to see as a kid or
Mhm.
experience things. Cause you can buy them all kind of toys. That stuff come and go, but when you create memories, they last to the day you die,
Mhm.
and that's
That's
what I
true.
like
That's so
creating is
true.
memories.
I love
Maybe
that.
I'll go back to Disneyland. You know, last time I didn't have the best time.
Why?
What kind of drugs were you on?
Mushrooms.
What?
And we did Toad's final ride or whatever, where he goes to hell at the end.
Mm-mm.
Toad's wild ride.
No, I don't know nothing about
Now
that.
you're calling it Toad's final ride.
Well, at the end he does die. He goes to
Okay.
hell, and the ride you end up in hell.
Well, I'm a little too fat for they rides, and I'm old, so I never.
But you're not getting on the ride.
Well, I got on a ride here with my friend, with my co-creator,
Uh-huh.
and he's like, "It's not gonna be fast." And some roller coaster, my wig, the whole ride. I'm just holding my wig, and I'm back. I'm about to lose it, about to fly off. And I was like, if I ever get off this ride, I'm gonna beat you to death. So I don't like really riding. I just like seeing how my grandkids and everybody else react.
Does your family, because obviously you tell so much of your story in your work, does your family feel good about that? Are they happy about it?
They don't ever say anything. I tell them up on making money.
Okay.
Well,
Don't
there it
you might
goes.
need a help one day. You might want to shut up.
Do
Has
they-
anyone come out of the woodwork and been like, I can't believe you told that story?
Not yet.
Oh,
And
that's
plus, I
good.
blocked my family before everything really took off.
Oh, smart.
Yeah,
Smart.
so I don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear your struggle stories.
I love that. Okay, so we're gonna get into our final segment
Ooh.
right after this short
Break. And we're back. That's from Wicked. It's a musical.
Oh,
They're
okay.
making a movie of it with Ariana,
Ariana
Grande,
Grande.
and Cynthia Erivo.
All right.
All
You
right.
trying out for a part?
No, it's too late. They've
Oh.
already started.
you
but
said
I
they're
also hear that there's a
reshooting it.
lot of recasting going on currently, so maybe there's a chance.
That's always the fascinating thing to me about Hollywood. When they cast people, they start production, and then they go, we got to replace them. They spend
Yeah.
all that money and reshoot stuff.
Reshoot the whole thing.
Well, sometimes you can cast the wrong person, or you can just give the role to the wrong person.
Yeah, that's true.
That happened to me on my show. I won't say who it was,
Ooh.
but the role was given to somebody, and it did not work out.
And you
And
said,
so we
thank
had
you
to
for your
go
time.
Yeah,
See you on your way.
it
Now,
didn't
how
fit.
much work were you willing to do with them? Were you like, we can get you an acting coach, we can figure something else out? Or
The
you were
person
like,
wouldn't listen, so we moved
Oh,
on.
yeah.
You know, you
Oh.
can't. Some people you just can't tell them when they're already stars or they already been in things. They just stuck in their own ways, and then a lot of times, one of the biggest thing I have because we on BT Plus,
Mhm.
and so people wants to treat the show like if they had a bad experience with BET Plus, but that's not how you're gonna a BET Plus. You're not gonna come up here with that attitude because we creating great shit over here.
Uh-huh.
So you can go and take that attitude back over there. I'm not dealing with famous people because I say you and move on to the next person.
There you
We
go.
all gonna respect each other. I don't on my set. A lot of times when you're in Hollywood, you'll notice that the extra eat after the stars. I don't do that. Everybody eat together. Ain't nobody no star. We're here working together.
Right.
It takes all of us to make the Miss Pat show work. And I try to make sure I make everybody on set feel that way. I'm not the type of person that just walk on a set and they like, don't speak to the actress or actors. No. Why not? These people working with us.
Exactly.
Why should they be walking on eggshell and not want to say good morning to me? I'm saying good morning to everybody. Good morning, good morning. And it makes people feel, they come over to the show and they feel like, wow, finally, I'm on a show that I really want to be on. I'm not just here for a damn paycheck.
Right.
So a lot of my camera guys come back. People hit me up, Miss Pat, I heard you got another season. Can I come back? Because that's how much
great.
That's how much fun. And that's how real I am. I just want everybody to be respected, everybody to be happy, and everybody have a good experience.
Yeah. And from a viewer standpoint, it feels very unified. It doesn't feel like a bunch of people who are passionate, a bunch of people who are cashing a check, a bunch of people who are just, showed up. Like, it just feels like a unit all working together to tell a story.
Yeah.
I can feel it through my phone.
Yeah.
On the Plus app.
And that's what it is. We respect everybody. We don't, if you got a disagreement, a lot of times they be like, Pat, you don't supposed to be in this conversation. Yes, I am. What's the problem, baby?
Exactly.
You marked a new spot. Let's figure it out.
They was like, but this is the hair department. I don't give a why they in here fighting. And that's just, I just want everybody to be happy.
Yeah.
So
I've been on sets where people would not, speak to, when we shot our pilot out here in Hollywood, it was so stale. I said, why y'all not eating? They was like, well, we have to wait. I said, get your ass down here and eat. Well, if these people, if the stars want to eat, they'll be their ass out here eating.
Yeah.
So why you gotta wait till your food get cold because somebody else think they're a damn star? Get your ass over here and get in the line and eat. We all stars today, baby. We in this line eating together.
That's like whenever you get cast on a TV show, you walk in and act like the star, even though you only have one line.
Early on. And then they're like, why is he doing that?
And you're like, because I'm in a wig, and that's why.
That's right. I'm not.
But to be fair, that's a joke. Everything that I've done has been very nice. Everyone's been great because I am a drag queen and they treat me extra nice for no reason.
That's good.
Well, they have to.
Yes.
They kind of have to. Yeah.
They have to. All right. Our final segment of the show is called Talk.
There it is.
And this is a point in the show where we like to tell explicit, graphic, embarrassing, wild sex stories. And I know that you get pretty graphic, Miss Pat, in your stand-up, but I have one prepared that I can start us off with if you don't want to share one.
Okay, well, you go and do your thing.
Miss Pat was like, I'm about to clock
She said, I'm not talking outside of my marriage. I have a lot of sex.
You do?
I do.
Yeah, like a
She was like,
you do?
You're going to have to prove it.
Pull out the camera roll.
No. Okay.
He has sex like every other day, sometimes every single day. Isn't that crazy? He'll leave the office and just go straight to someone's house, suck them off, and then go home.
Oh, sucking sex?
Well, the way he does it.
Oh. So you're not letting nobody just in your booty hole every day?
No, I have a hard time.
No one goes back
The masseuse last night, really, he spit on his finger, and then he said, "Take a deep breath, relax." And I was like, "I've told you before, please don't get in my butthole." But he was like, "You just don't know how to do it right."
So you gay, but you don't want it in your butt?
Correct.
There are some gays
top.
that only like to put it in butts.
Oh, so you a top?
Mm-hmm.
So you like to do it?
Yes, but I just don't like to receive it. It's never felt good to me.
So
You
why
ever
you
had
gay?
anything up your butt?
No, I ain't going on my butt.
Yeah,
No.
so same.
That's not the same, sir.
No, there's the feeling that bottoms get. I don't really share that feeling. I've never like really enjoyed anything up my butt.
Did you know there's also...
Well, have you ever tried to put a shoe stretcher in your ass so you
Now
can...
tell me what a shoe stretcher
You know, you put it in and then you crank the thing and it spreads out.
Like the thing we use at the gynecologists.
Yeah, they do have inflatable dildos that go in small, and then you're getting your arm your blood pressure done.
tested?
You
pump it,
and then it inflates to stretch you out.
Oh. Sir, I've been
I
married.
feel so bad for Miss Pat.
Why? This is what this show is.
That's
Pam knew.
Well,
Pam knew. Blame Pam.
okay, but I mean, I've never heard of inflatable asshole scratcher. So
Bring it to the writing room, season 4.
well, you know, my
Use it to
co-creator is
help
gay.
open
I'm
up a
quite sure he
curtain.
knows.
Yeah. No, I don't really enjoy. I mostly enjoy sucking and like quickie anonymous sex is what often.
So you
I
just
get
go
into.
on Amazon. I'm not Amazon. I mean
Yep.
Craigslist and find a dick to suck and run
I know,
home.
Craigslist
often.
kind of shut
Well,
down.
you know,
but there's a new
there's
version.
4 or
Yeah.
5 different versions of it.
What
on
is
the
it
app.
called?
There's Grinder.
Yeah, Grinder.
There's
That's
Scruff. There's one called Growler.
And
There's
now
Jacked.
Jacked. And
There's Squirt. There's Sniffies. If people are into food, there's Gromer.
This is why his phone's always dead. He's got every app open.
So are you in a relationship?
No.
With
So-
himself.
So you just like running around sucking people?
Yeah. It's enjoyable to me.
Know what? That's not clicking. I mean, I know that you're married.
I'm like drenched in
I know-
sweat right now.
I know that you're married and have been for like 30 years, but
What are you?
I'm
gonna
not
say?
hopping.
What are you? Yeah, she's not.
no, you're not hopping, but like
I am.
if you weren't married, do you think you'd be out
No.
running around, or you've
I've
lived
never been that
too
kind.
much?
You're more
No.
monogamous.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm 50 and I think it's been only 3 guys in my life.
Oh.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
He can't count how many at this point.
well, I'm quite sure if he's just getting them off Grind 'em and Scrub Hub and Grub Hub.
Exactly. He's ordering them like food.
Yeah, I order them on Scrubhub and they rub me
Are you
down.
for real?
No. Not. I mean, I'm for real about my promiscuity, but not.
Do you suck it with a condom on?
No.
Well, you don't give a about STDs or what might get in between your teeth?
What might get in between my
Well,
teeth?
if
I've
they're
never thought
hairy-
about that.
I've
I
had a
get-
hair stuck between my teeth.
I get tested really regularly, and we talk about this a lot. We try to like
Do you suck her?
No,
no,
never.
You don't mess with him?
no.
Oh, absolutely not. I have a boyfriend.
Oh, thank God.
Yes. I'm not a heathen.
Oh,
A disgusting heathen.
Thank you.
Sucking heathen.
Should I tell my story?
Yeah, let's
so
get
do
to
you?
it.
So what
No,
type
what?
of men you like? Husbands?
Older.
It
Well, sometimes it is husbands.
sometimes the husbands, but normally the husbands are gay. They're not like
Do the wife know the husband gay?
no, they're married to a man.
Oh, so I have a friend who's in Atlanta who's gay.
Yes.
Well, he's not a friend. He knows my daughter, and he would show me pictures of like straight men
Yes.
coming over. Like he would go over there and he was getting his sucked, and like he literally showed me one day. The man was talking to his wife. I'm about to drop pick up the baby from school. She at work,
Yep.
but he's at the house
See
getting his
now.
sucked
Yes.
by, and he dressed drags too, and it's really
So
fucking.
were they in drag when they were sucking the?
My friend was.
Okay.
He was in drag.
That's something
But-
I
but-
would.
That's
I've
a
only
whole-
done once.
that's
and
a
I
whole
will
new
never
world.
Do again.
What?
Being in drag.
Be in drag for sex. I don't like that.
Why?
It's just not. There's like so much stuff on. I'd
Yeah,
rather.
makeup running, lashes falling off.
Yeah, and then like lipstick everywhere. It's just like not for me.
This
I
is
also-
more for you, like your on stage persona.
this
there
is,
are
like,
some people who like to get
front
dressed up and
facing.
it turns them on, but that
Yeah, like I barely even get dressed up in drag to like go to events where I'm invited to be in drag at.
Oh wow!
So I'm not in love with the aspect of getting into it.
yeah.
Isn't it crazy that down low been around for years?
Yeah.
Oh,
and
yeah.
it's just now really hitting the surface. Maybe the last 10, 15 years.
I mean, truly.
I mean, back in the 60s, you know, and men's are coming forward. I mean, people are just coming forward even now saying, hey, I like both sides. And it's becoming, okay, that's you
Yeah.
like both. And it's some women, me personally, if I couldn't do it,
yeah.
I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it. I couldn't have my husband sucking no and then come back over there to me. Because then I know as a woman, I'm never sucking his right. Because men know what men want and women know what
Exactly.
women want. And so I'm like, I'm not going to compete with that. I'm just going to stay celibate or celibation or whatever the hell you call it. I'm going to stay by myself.
I think that there's nothing wrong with it as long as the wife knows or the partner knows. If you're like
Yes.
cheating or running around on them,
Well, if you
then that's when the problem.
because that's when the dangers come.
That's
Because
yeah.
That's when
100%.
'Cause
feeling
you're
is
putting the other
involved.
person.
Because I mean, if you know your husband is like that, and y'all have an arrangement, I think that person is gonna be more careful about who he sleep with, and STDs and stuff like that. When they sneaking, they just out getting it and hoping don't nothing happen.
Exactly.
And that also, I think the sneaking leads to more like
Danger.
internal turmoil, and it manifests in violence because if you haven't come to terms with
Who you are?
oh, I'm married, but I also have this other sexual kink, and my partner knows about it, and we're okay, and we talk about it, then you're nicer over here. But if you're sneaking around, that's how people get beat up after sex. That's how, a person who's getting their sucked is also out at a anti, queer rally because they have so much shame linked to it. Yeah.
That's what I
crazy.
think. But now I haven't had no kinky stuff like you. You gonna tell a story too?
I didn't even tell my story.
Oh, well, tell your story. I'm
All I
interested.
was
The way
saying
you looked
is
at me so
there is
innocently, you're gonna tell one too.
There's a man that I used to go suck his. I've talked about this on the show. I would go to his home. He would come outside and wait for me in the backyard, like half naked with his out. And I would walk into the backyard at night. We wouldn't talk, and I would until he and then I would leave. And we did this for like 3 or 4 months. And then he eventually was like, it's too cold, come in the house. So then I came in the house, and then we started talking, and then I learned about his life, and then we would like cuddle on the couch, and it got too connected. So I cut him off, and I didn't see him for like over a year and a half. And then recently he popped back up in my life, and he was like, you should come over and hang out sometime. Like, we should catch up and blah, blah, blah. And I was like, I'll meet you under the stairs. And so I just reinitiated the like no intimacy interaction, and it went really well.
Oh, that's nice.
So now I'm getting what I want again.
So you just like sucking through the fence?
It's bad.
The man said you can come inside and be a human being.
No.
God damn.
Next to the trash can in the backyard. That's where I
She
want
called
it.
you out.
She knows. You can tell. My fear of intimacy is
You don't-
radiating off of me.
But you don't have to do that anymore. You can come inside and suck by a heater.
We'll see. We'll see when it gets
He don't
cold
want your
again.
jeans to get grass stains no
I
more.
know. He's very considerate, but I just like there's something about that fantasy that I enjoy.
Oh, okay. So your nickname should be sucker sneaker. Sneaking sucker.
Yeah,
Sneaky
that's right.
sucker.
Yeah,
Sneaky
sneaking sucker. Yeah, that's your new nickname.
That could actually kind of work.
SDS.
Now, how do we make that a license plate?
Get into
Can you
it.
can you imagine if he was a superhero?
And his only power was getting in.
And people
No.
would be
Suck
like,
it in.
"What? I
What?
just got my sucked. How did that
Flying
happen?"
in, sucking.
All right, we gotta wrap up.
We do,
Miss
we
Pat,
do.
Thank you so much for being
Thank you.
here.
Thank you so much for coming out.
I had a blast. Thank y'all for having me.
Any final questions?
No, don't do me like
Specifically
that.
about what's
Don't
going on in
do
Dipper's
me
life
like
or
that.
why or where maybe the trauma happened?
Okay.
Be careful with the you suck.
I always
All of them ain't lollipopping. All of them don't give back bubble gum.
What, this is true, and I like to, for the most part, take a peek at them in some good lighting. I've been known to pull my phone out and use the flashlight to make sure there's no open sores, bumps, or occlusions.
Occlusion.
What's an occlusion?
You know, just like
Just
a welt,
something that you
a boil,
it's just a blemish.
something that isn't smooth.
And if it's there, it's not going in the mouth.
Yeah.
So
and then I
what
say,
happened if he put a little makeup on it?
Well, then it'd probably smell like makeup, and I could
Oh,
tell, and it wouldn't
okay.
smell like.
You
You
give
know
it a
the
sniff
smell.
beforehand. You know what?
All right.
Thank you so much for being here, Miss Pat. I'm so sorry it had to end this way. Where
I
can
love you
everyone
guys.
find you?
Yeah, are you on tour this summer? What's going on?
I am on tour. It's called Your Girl Done Made It. Go to MissPatComedy.com to get your tickets. I'm coming to LA soon too, so make sure you go
Okay,
to
we'll
We gotta
come to
go.
the show.
Miss Pat, and that's MS, MissPatComedy.com. Get your tickets. I start touring it's my first theater tour.
Wow.
And I start in September in Louisville, Kentucky. So
Ooh, that'll be fun.
yes, it's gonna be fun. So make sure y'all come see me live, baby. You can come in drag, you can come naked. All I ask you to come when you come to be ready to laugh. I said come, C-O-M-E, not your
Okay, I
cum.
got you.
Not your nasty cum. Thank you so much
All
for
right.
listening to Sloppy Seconds. You can follow us on Instagram at SloppyPod. You can send us an email at sloppysecondspod@gmail.com or call in with your own fuck talk story at 213-536-9180. And don't forget to follow us on Instagram at Big Dipper Jelly and Spiciest Meatball. And don't forget to follow Mom Podcast on everything at Mom Podcast, where you can get all the episodes a day early with no commercials.
That's right. Goodbye.
Bye! To listen to Sloppy Seconds one day early, ad-free, and to watch our full video episodes, sign up for Mom Plus at mompodcast.plus.
Sloppy Seconds is produced by Moguls of Media, aka Mom.
Hosted by Big Dipper and Meatball.
Editing and sound design by
William Pitts. Executive produced by Willem Belli, Alaska Thunderfuck, Big Dipper, and Joe Cilio.
Our artwork was drawn by Christian Cimarroni.
And our theme song was written by Mike Malarkey.